Congratulations, Presidente! Your swift rise to power is an inspiration to us all. I am your most humble and loyal advisor, Penultimo. Although your wisdom knows no bounds, let me provide a few starting pointers on ruling our magnificent nation. A good ruler knows what goes on in every corner of his country. Let us take a better look at our island. Sometimes you will want to take a closer look at the little people on the streets and their daily lives. Good job, President! Marvelous! The world becomes bigger or smaller according to your whims, Presidente. Now, why don't you give it a spin by rotating the... Bueno! You can also tilt the camera. Why don't you try this now? According to our intellectuals and some guy named Albert, time is relative to the whims of whoever is in power. Look how fast those Tropicans go, Presidente! Let us slow down a bit so we can work in peace. Snap your fingers and time will stop. Remember, you can still issue orders while the game is paused. Very good, Presidente! Do you know what the most precious resource of Tropico is? Why, it's the people, of course. And you need to know what goes on in their heads to make the best use of them.
Buenas tardes.
The bars in the Overall tab represent what a citizen needs at the moment. They will constantly diminish over time, and when they get too low, the citizen will satisfy them somehow. For example, if the citizen needs to satisfy his health need, he will look for a clinic or a hospital, or resort to folk medicine cures if there is no professional healthcare available. In any case, the need bar will be refilled. Unpause the game and you will see how the needs of the citizen change.
¿Qué tal?
Presidente, what can be more important than the happiness of your people? Your happiness, of course, but the happiness of the people is important as well. You can see how happy they are by selecting the Happiness tab. Open the... Here you can see how pleased this person is by the different factors in his life. His job, his house, the healthcare he receives, and so on. Each of these has different importance to any particular citizen and contributes to his overall happiness. As you can see, food quality is one of the factors that determines the happiness of your people.
No me interesa.
When people are hungry, they go to the food-producing farms to get food for their families. Alternatively, they can get it from the marketplace, which distributes food from the farms. A person can get several meals in advance for his whole family. It is very important to have your farms produce enough food for the masses. Right now, they are all producing tobacco that the people cannot eat. You have given your order, and your farmers are on their way to plant papaya. Most things in Tropico take time. For instance, it will take several months for the new crop to grow. A patient ruler like you knows that it is better to wait for results than to change his mind every few months. It seems that this farm is also understaffed. In order to attract more workers, you should increase the wages. You can do that from the Fees and Salaries tab. Please, Presidente, can you fire Pedro Mendoza for me? He is lazy and always complains about everything, not to mention that he shamelessly cheats at poker. Haha! Goodbye, Pedro, and good luck on the labor market. Now, an honest Tropican will be able to take this job. I spent a good deal of my time compiling useful info for our country in the Presidential Almanac. Care to take a look, Presidente? You can check different statistics related to the current situation on the island in the Almanac. It is good to check on it often. Tropico makes its pesos from tobacco exports at the moment. When the tobacco crops are ready, the farmers gather them and store them at the farm. Then teamsters from the teamster's office come to transport them to the dock. Finally, the dock workers will load them onto ships and our country will get money. This is not as complicated as it sounds. Tropicans will do all this on their own. You just have to spend all the money they earn for you. Presidente, let me tell you about your pension fund. Like all good things, your mandate may come to an end someday in the far future. So it is always a good idea to have a small fortune stashed in your Swiss bank. There are a few different ways to lead stray money there. One of them is the special building permit edict. Edicts are different presidential orders that can change the life of ordinary Tropicans dramatically. Take your time to look at all the possibilities. When you... Presidente, it is always good to practice your election speeches. In your election speeches, you can promise, blame, and praise. You need only give me the briefest details, and I, Penultimo, will put together the complete speech for you. Since we are only practicing, you will not actually give this speech. The island is running smoothly, but you may address any hot issue that you view as a serious problem. You may praise anyone you wish. I am sure they will appreciate it. As for promises, the religious faction is always on my back because we still have not built a church. Ay caramba! Presidente, it seems that the